And you just sit there and go, yeah. Well, not only that, how about the fact that this guy was running this for decades, literal decades. He was doing this for years and years, to who knows how many people, and everybody around him was scared to talk about it because they believed he'd have them silenced, socially, financially, or worse. Yeah, it's really wild when you stop and think about it. And what makes it even crazier is how many powerful people were allegedly connected to that.
And you just sit there and go,
yeah, well, not only that, how about the fact that this guy was running this for decades? He was doing this for decades to who knows how many people, and everybody was scared to talk about it because he'd have them killed. Yeah, it's really wild, man. I think there's so many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial? Oh, yeah.
World. There are so many powerful names rumored to be on those lists. Executives, artists, influencers, gatekeepers, people with money, lawyers, platforms, people who could make or break careers overnight. There's so many powerful people that went and partied, air quotes, heavy air quotes, at those events. And let's be honest, how many of them showed up at Diddy parties over the years? That wasn't a secret. That was common knowledge in the industry. The real question is, who stayed quiet and why? Have you been paying attention to the trial? Because that's where things really start
to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
To click for a lot of people. Joe Rogan recently broke it down in a way that made everything make sense. He explained why certain celebrities went completely dead silent when it was time to testify or even comment publicly about Diddy. And according to Joe, it's not fear in the way people think. It's self-preservation. Too many powerful names are tied into the same ecosystem. Speaking up wouldn't just expose Diddy. It would expose them, their past, their choices.
You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood.
Presence in rooms they don't want the public to know about. And once that door opens, there's no closing it. And Joe isn't even the first one to say this. 50 Cent has been hinting at it from the very beginning. From interviews, to Instagram posts, to jokes that weren't really jokes at all. He's made it clear.
I sat right here and told y'all there was activity on the darknet. Videos were being distributed and were going to be sold for profit because the diddler needs the money. Did I not say that? Said that. Right here.
He's one of the few willing to speak while everyone else pretends nothing happened. So that silence? It might be louder than any testimony ever could be. It forces uncomfortable questions. Were certain decisions influenced behind the scenes? Who got the benefit of the doubt in that courtroom, and why? Was hip-hop culture itself on trial?
Those people who was caught at Diddy party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that house. That's a big house. But he had 200.
Just as much as Sean Combs was? Or did the culture quietly choose to look away? Because if nobody says anything, the message becomes clear. You'd interpret it as hip-hop being fine with the behavior, that mind your business mentality, that don't rock the boat silence. It allows the entire culture to register as if it's acceptable, or at least tolerable. As long as the money keeps...
You fully escape it though, like your name, for example, was mentioned in the Diddy case.
Which was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Because you barely know
This is the most ridiculous thing ever. But again, welcome to being a celebrity. Welcome to my world.
Flowing. Now, if you've been paying attention to the low hum coming out of Hollywood lately, none of this should surprise you. For months now, There's been quiet but persistent talk about unreleased footage floating behind the scenes. You're saying there are tapes being shopped. Yes, not just rumors anymore. People have
moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
I was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Openly said footage is being passed around, shown privately, discussed in back rooms, not random party clips, but recordings tied to illegal dealings, wild freak-offs, moments that could seriously damage careers. We're talking major careers, household names, people with billion-dollar brands, and word is, all of it traces back to one place, Diddy's world. According to industry whispers, these weren't just nights of music and champagne. These were environments where lines blurred, boundaries disappeared, and cameras allegedly stayed rolling when nobody thought they were. And
I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to go through anything I went through, wish that upon anybody. Yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
That's the most disturbing part. A lot of the people caught up in this allegedly didn't even know they were being recorded. Word on the street is Diddy used recordings as leverage, not memories, leverage, to keep people in line, to keep them obedient, to keep them quiet. And suddenly, Joe Rogan's take hits different. This was never about...
We have Justin Bieber must speak about this, you guys. He's apparently unfollowed all of his closest Hollywood managers, even the bodyguard, in a sign that some people are saying is more evidence of the
loyalty or friendship. It was about control. Silence wasn't respect, it was survival. When you line that up with what 50 Cent, Jaguar Wright, and Gene Deal have all been saying for years, the picture gets dark fast.
Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler.
Gene Deal flat out said he warned people about activity on the dark net. Videos being distributed, sold, used for profit, used as insurance. He claimed people had no idea there were hundreds of recording devices inside those homes. Think about that. If Diddy really had recordings of powerful people doing things they never want the public to see,
the paper does manage to make it clear that you were not aware of Epstein activities. Did you know who he was?
Yes, I knew him. I was introduced to him on my 31st birthday by my ex-boyfriend Flavio. He was always front and center at Victoria's Secret shows.
Did you suspect what he was doing?
No. And what he's done is indefensible. And when I heard of what he'd done, it sickened me to my stomach, just like everybody else.
Then testifying wouldn't be bravery. It would be career suicide, social death, financial ruin, possibly worse. And once you look at it through that lens, the silence finally makes sense. That's when names start circling.
Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
Mm-hmm. You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter jelly?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Stevie J, not just an associate, bad boy DNA, a core piece of that era. When the feds raided Diddy's property, Stevie didn't run. He doubled down, defended him, called him family. Loyalty like that raised eyebrows immediately, especially after Lil Rod's lawsuit alleged Stevie wasn't just present. He was active, coordinating, handling logistics, staying close while Diddy stayed insulated. And yet Stevie stays loud, calm, confident, almost too comfortable. Then there's Cuba Gooding Jr. years of smiling photos, yachts, vacations, until his name appeared in legal paperwork. Denials followed, but public prayers for Diddy right before sentencing didn't go unnoticed. Timing matters. And then there's
That's real life. Real life. No Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me. You heard?
That Meek, yeah, Meek.
Usher, maybe the most unsettling story of all. Living with Diddy at 13 isn't rumor, it's documented. What once sounded vague now sounds like regret, especially when he said he'd never let his own children experience what he did. Stack that with Justin Bieber entering that orbit at 13. The Gee 48 Hours clip. The later breakdowns, the addiction struggles, the emotional interviews about betrayal. Suddenly, those old jokes don't feel like jokes anymore. Add Naomi Campbell, Jay-Z, Meek Mill. Same parties, same circles, same silence. And when the heat came, distance appeared overnight.
We got a lawsuit. So the Lil Rod lawsuit we got.
Yeah, I read through the whole thing.
And it didn't mention Meek by name, but there was a footnote.
A Philly rapper who used to date
the name.
Nicki Minaj.
It was like a Jeopardy question.
Who is that? There could only be one person on the planet. Unless there's a Philly rapper that also dated Nicki that no one knows about, it's obviously Meek Mill.
He says, I'm gonna kill you academics, and what I'm gonna do is, he says, first things first, he says, someone send me academics address.
Right, he said, I'll die to shut you down.
Yeah, then he says, I'm going to die to do it.
So now we're left with the real question. If even one of those recordings is real, what does that mean? It explains the fear, the silence, the panic. Just like Joe Rogan said, they're not quiet because they support Diddy. They're quiet because talking would destroy them. So who's staying silent to protect themselves? Who's next to be exposed? Are these celebrities victims, accomplices, or trapped somewhere in between? And if Diddy ever decides to really talk, not...
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Posture, not appeal, but talk. Whose legacy collapses first?
You're hanging out with Diddy in his mansion in Miami, and Homeland Security rushes in while you're there.
While I'm there, Dolo.
You're there by yourself.
Yeah. With the, he has some employees there. Yeah.
So suddenly there's red dots all over your shirt.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and don't miss the next video on your screen. Because this story isn't done. Not even close.